Welcome to Global Voice. I'm your host, May, and I'm from Honduras, and I'm here with our guest, Andrea.
Hello everybody, my name is Andrea Garcia. I am study at UCM. My major is psychology and I am from Colombia in South America.
Awesome. So, we're here with Andrea, and we're gonna ask her some questions. So, are you excited to be here?
I am super excited about being here today.
That's awesome. So, our first question for you is what are some of the challenges that you face when you first moved to US?
I want to say the most important challenge was the language because my first language is Spanish and when I got here I couldn't speak English at all, so I was struggling a lot about like how to say everything, how to be in college with my terrible English level, but yeah, it was good.
But with practice, you get used to it. Talking about like the challenges that you face, it's something that you have to adjust to the culture because I bet it's a different culture from Latin America to US
Yeah,
American culture.
I wanna say the Andrea in Colombia is different than the Andrea in the US because in Colombia, we are like super happy. We are
Yeah.
like laughing all the time, making jokes. Here is like a serious version of me. I cannot be making jokes because people won't understand what I'm
Yeah, they
saying.
take it
And
really seriously.
the food is something that I changed to because here I
Mm.
don't have my Colombian food, so I try to do all my like recipes with Colombian with American ingredients. So
Yeah,
yeah, basically many things.
that's awesome. So, is this your first time studying abroad in America, or have you studied abroad before?
This is my first time studying here in America. I went to college before in Colombia. I am a lawyer, but basically I was living in Colombia before coming here.
Oh, okay. Now we're gonna move to the mental health and in the new environment because it's kind of hard to move from a new place where you're not used to. So, how do you cope with feeling homesick when you first arrive? How do you cope with the homesick feeling
It
when you
was
first
really
came?
hard because I am really attached to my
Mm.
family. I was crying maybe the first 3 months, like
Oh.
crying every single day. And then I was like, okay, this is my new reality. I have to wake up and I have to like face this uh, challenge that I have in front of me.
Mm.
Basically, I used to call my parents every day, like maybe every hour because I was feeling alone. Another thing that I did is like eat a lot because I was like, oh my God, I am alone. I miss my
Mm.
family. So I was making Colombian food and eat it all the time. Um, Thank you God, I met a wonderful guy. He's my boyfriend right now,
Mm.
and he become my family now. So
Oh.
it's like okay, I replace the empty feeling from my family now with my new boyfriend. So basically, I did
Oh.
that.
So your first language is Spanish, right?
Yep, my first language is Spanish.
How is the feeling to speak in Spanish all the time to now speaking in a completely new language? How that made you feel?
Okay, I was like really sad at the beginning because no one couldn't understand what I was saying and I couldn't understand what people was like talking to me. I was feeling maybe desperate because I wanted to learn the language, but I just say to myself, just take it easy, one day at a time. Just relax and enjoy the experience. Don't be focused on, hey, I need to speak English, and that is what I did. And then
Mm.
one day I woke up and I was like, oh my God, I can understand. This is wonderful. So
Mm.
yeah, that is what I did.
So you're pretty close with your family and friends back home, right? So when you came to US and you were by yourself all the time, how you managed to go through all that?
It was really hard as I said before, I am really attached to my family. At the beginning, I was thinking on coming back to Colombia. I was like, what I'm doing here in a country where I cannot understand the language and I don't have my family here. But they
Mm.
were my support, even from Colombia. They were like talking to me all the time, telling me, you are brave, you can do this, girl, please continue doing this. And I am Catholic, so I believe
Mm,
a lot in God. So when I was like feeling really sad and depressed, I used to pray and I talk to God like help me to handle this because I cannot do it by myself. So basically that is what I did. And my boyfriend, he was like a
mm.
big support too.
Was it making new friends or meeting new people hard because of the culture or language barrier?
It wasn't hard because I am a really social person, so I am making friends all the time, even if I cannot understand them or if they cannot understand
Mm,
me. But it was super easy, and thank you God I got a job here to at the union in the English Language Institute.
mm,
And my coworkers they were really nice and they helped me to like how to adjust to like become a friendlier person, and that is what I did. So it was really easy. It's really easy to me to make new
mm.
friends.
From what I recall, your major is related to psychology, right?
Yeah, my major is psychology.
So what like advices will you give people from like international students that come to America to study and they're struggling with things like being lonely or other things?
My first advice is like don't compare their situation with other situation. Like for example, if they feel that other international students are speaking more English than them, like please don't feel like hey I cannot do it or I have to do it because just look this student he's doing better than me. No,
Mm,
everybody has their different process. Just live your process, just be focused on the stuff that you need to be. Study a lot of course because that is what I did. I was studying English. It's not like a easy process that I will be here just sitting waiting for the knowledge to get in
mm,
my brain. I was like studying English, like listening YouTube video or Netflix or whatever. But basically that, like don't compare your situation with someone else's situation. Enjoy your process. Of course, you will have challenges, but go to your to support system, maybe your family, friend, co-workers. Uh, don't feel that you are alone or you are the only one in this situation because believe me, there is many people in this situation. But yeah,
mm.
just basically that. Talk about your problem. Don't keep the stuff just with you. Talk about that if you need it. And yeah, enjoy the process is the most important thing.
That's a wonderful advice. So we're gonna move for the food side of like struggles or comforts food. So you mentioned a lot about cooking Colombian food when you first came. What is one of your comfort food from Colombia, and have you ever like tried to recreate it here in America, and how hard is it to make them?
Yeah, this is super funny because many of my friends say that Colombians we just eat rice and chicken. Like we don't have anything else to eat, just rice and chicken all the time. Maybe the first thing that I tried it was rice.
Rice
Of
and
course, I
chicken.
cannot I cannot eat without rice or chicken. And then I was trying to make like Colombian soup or like pork with Coca-Cola or plantain. It's really
Oh,
hard to find plantains in
yeah.
Walmart, but when I get plantains, I want to make patacones.
Oh.
Some recipes are really easy because I can find some of the ingredients here, but some of them are super impossible to do it here.
What about, I remember you were making a dish with a cheese, and that cheese was not the best quality. Is it like a hard, it makes you feel sad whenever the products that say, oh, this is from Colombia, doesn't taste like home?
Yeah, I was frustrated because it's like, what is this?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like that is no cheese. Like
Mm.
this tastes more like tofu. But yeah, I was so frustrated.
Mm.
But I understand.
Yeah,
Many of the products like we cannot find them in the entire country. Like many of the
yeah.
products I can find it just in my hometown and not like in the rest of the country. But yeah, at least it was good and people was happy about it. But yeah, bad
Oh.
experience.
Do you have any American food or snack that's your guilty pleasure?
Yeah, burgers. Like I
Oh,
love burgers. Like Jesus. like crazy. Even when I go out with friends or with my boyfriend, they say like, please don't get burgers. You need to try something different, please, Andrea. But I can't resist. I love it so much.
What's your favorite restaurant for burgers? In
Here in
in
Warrensburg, maybe Culver's or
Oh,
Feeders. In Kansas City, I don't know, maybe Wendy's. I am a really fan of Wendy's.
yeah.
Like I say
Nice.
all the time to my friends that is Wendy knows that I buy every day. They will be like, oh, this girl can be like an influencer for us and everything. I try to eat. I try like stop eating Wendy's, but at least once a week I have to eat Wendy's. Like the biggie bag, Jesus, I am a really big fan of that.
Is there any Colombian dish that you wish everyone in the world could try?
This is really interesting. I wanna say maybe chicken rice is really good. Plantains is definitely something that they need to eat. What else? I am from the north in Colombia, so I live in front of the Caribbean Sea. Basically, everything related with the ocean, like
Mm.
seafood, like fish or shrimp, all of that is like my favorite, and people have to try it. The Colombian coffee, please.
Yeah.
Nothing like Starbucks or other places, but Colombian coffee is the best. For me, it's the best coffee in the world, so I loved it. So yeah, they need to try a good Colombian coffee. Colombia is one of the most important countries that produce coffee in the world. So of course I'm Colombian and I will say that we have the best coffee in the world, but we have the best coffee in the world. The taste is like, I don't know. It's like, imagine that you are eating a really fresh cup of coffee with
Mm,
bread. It's like so good. It's really, really. In America, you can find a little bit
mm.
just in some places, but no, definitely, if you want a really good cup of coffee, go to Colombia.
Which region or part of Colombia are you again?
I am from the north, like the
Mm.
coast, in front of the Caribbean Sea. My hometown is called Corozal.
Oh,
Okay, many people in our coffee, we put like first, our cup is not big. It's like
mm.
imagine like a couple of inches. And we put like it's really strong. It's like black coffee. That is what we call
Mm.
coffee. If you add something different, that is not coffee anymore. Some people drink it just like that, just basically the coffee, and some people like me, we like to put a few sugar because I don't like the bitter of the
Mm.
coffee. But it's basically that. If you put something different that is not coffee anymore, they have other names, but it's just the dark, really dark coffee.
Do you drink it with the straight up coffee, or do you like pair with bread or another type of food or snack?
Many people drink coffee with bread or with cookies. Normally, people drink coffee in the mornings and in the afternoons.
Mm.
But I know many Colombians that basically they drink coffee all the time. Like, I don't know, every hour they need that. But normally, in my case, I was drinking. When I was in Colombia, I used to drink one in the morning with my breakfast and then one in the afternoon around 4 or 5 p.m. before dinner.
So what's the difference about like coffee culture in America and Colombia? Because I think that's a huge difference.
I wanna say that they are more like similar than different because
Oh,
like Americans love coffee too, right? But they put so many different things like creams or
syrups.
yeah, syrups or stuff that we don't use in
Yeah.
Colombia. Believe me, if you ask for a coffee with like milk or whatever, Colombians are gonna be mad at you. They will say that is not coffee, that is like coffee and milk. We call like cafe con leche, everything that is not coffee, just coffee.
Oh.
But we love coffee. My mom is like, I need to drink coffee every day. If I don't drink coffee, I will have a terrible headache. Since you are a baby in Colombia, before like having like, you bottle of milk, you will have a bottle of coffee.
Yeah.
So we grow up like that. Coffee is part of what I am, so
Mm.
it's really important.
You say you cook a lot of Colombian dishes, so where do you find those products from? Like, do you have any specific store?
Some of the products I can get them at Walmart. Thank you, God. Super easy, but some of them I have to go to Kansas City to the river market. They have like an international market and they have so many Colombian products. Some of them are like frozen and some of them are fresh. I prefer, of course, the fresh ones. But if they don't have fresh, I have to get the frozen. But basically, yeah, in the river market in Kansas City
Oh.
and sometimes in Sedalia. Sedalia is a town that's really close from here,
Mm.
and the Latin community is really big over there. So they have like Colombian or Latin products that I can get to make my delicious food.
So how long have you been studying here at UCM?
I have been here studying at UCN almost 3 years.
Is there something that you wish you knew before you came here, or is some you don't regret your experience and your journey so far?
So far, I don't regret anything. I
Mm.
love my experience here at UCN. I love the people that I met. I love my degree and everything. But something that I would like to know before coming here is winter is really bad
Mm.
here. And like Andrea, enjoy the ocean over there and everything before
Mm.
coming here because you won't see the ocean for a lot of time. And you will be like, super cold, freezing with a lot of snow. But
Um,
yeah, no one told me about how terrible is the winter here. But okay, I cannot complain because I know in other parts in the world it's like worse. But for
yeah.
me, this is terrible.
um, how do you manage study time, work, and friends in your schedule, in your normal basis?
Basically, I do the same things all the time, like every day. Let me start telling you that it's really to have 3 meals per day, like breakfast,
Mm-hmm.
lunch, and dinner. My bedtime is 9 p.m. Like I don't go to bed really late because I need those hours. So I go to bed at 9. Then I try to wake up around 6 a.m. I am a really morning person. I try to eat really good food. I am really trying to quit to Wendy's because I know this is not good for my health. I try to go to the gym, but I am doing a really bad job. And just basically that, my schedule is the same every day. Just wake up, like go to classes, then go to work, then come back home, cook, and during weekends it's like me time. Normally during weekends I am not here. I am with my boyfriend and I don't answer phone calls or anything because
Mm.
it's like okay from Monday to Friday I am part of like I am a student worker and everything. But during weekends it's like me time. So I try to put boundaries in that aspect too. But
Mm.
yeah, I most of the time I'm not really busy.
So you said that you started college back in Colombia and then you came here. Is there like a difference between college in Colombia and college in America?
I wanna say that everything is different, maybe 100%. I first in Colombia, all the degrees are like 5 years. Here in America, most of them are like 4 years.
Mm.
In Colombia, it's really, really hard. I wanna say that here the professors they really care about the students and their feelings. In Colombia, they don't care about anything. It's like if you don't have your homework on time, if you don't do the stuff that you need to do, then you won't pass the class, But here is like, okay, mental health is really important in this country, and sometimes the professors understand that the students are not just students, they are doing other stuff and they are like handling other stuff. They care a lot about that. In Colombia, it's really, really, really hard. You need to study every day, you need to go to the library every day, but I prefer here. I want to say that the only challenge I have is the language, but I love the academic system in America.
Do you have a favorite class so far, or a class that you would like to retake?
This is a really funny question because actually this semester I am taking the hardest class in the entire like 4 years program. It's called physiological psychology. At the beginning of the semester, I remember I was crying about this class. Even now with my English that is a little bit better and everything, but I was crying like I cannot pass this class, like I was feeling like, oh my god, this is so complicated for me. But guess what? It's my favorite class, and I was doing a really good job. Actually, my grade is like more than I was expecting, and I love that class. So if I have the opportunity of taking the class again, I will do it. And yeah, love it. I love it so much.
So, what's your favorite spot in campus? Like, where do you normally go to?
My favorite spot in campus is Union 302, where I work. English Language Institute, because I am here most of the time. I am here before my classes. I am here before my classes, before and after my classes. I am here all the time. Like if you want to find me, just go to Union 302 and you will know that I will be there. I am in Union 302 more than in my house.
Home.
Yes.
What about your name? Do you like when people pronounce it in a more English way, like, or do you try to make people pronounce it like Spanish version, like Andrea, or will you like people? Are you used to people call you Andrea or something like that?
At the beginning, I was so mad when people didn't say my name like perfect, but now it's like, okay, I cannot say other names perfect, so it's
Mm.
okay. I can handle this. If they say Andrea, if they say Andrea, Andri, whatever, I will understand. And yeah, but at the beginning was really hard. Like, can you please say Andrea? It's like when they try to write my country,
Yeah.
they don't say Colombia with the O, they say Colombia with the U. I was
Colombia.
so mad because that is like, it's Colombia. No, my country is Colombia with the O.
That's funny. Have people come up to you and try to have Spanish lessons from you?
Yeah.
What's like some words that you teach to other people who are non-Spanish speakers?
I try to start with the basic, like maybe hola, like hello, how are you? My name is. But basically, they want to know like really hard Spanish or maybe like bad words that I cannot say and I won't teach them. So yeah, but
Um,
basically the basic, or every time they see me, it's like, "Hola, Andrea." But I love it.
nice.
I love it because I'm happy to like share my culture and my language with other people.
Since now we're close to Christmas, is there any like favorite holiday that you like during the year?
I love Christmas. I wanna say my favorite holiday is Christmas, but in Colombia, where the weather is perfect, warm, and we are like with family celebrating, eating delicious food, listening to music. But in America, another holiday that they have that I like is maybe Thanksgiving.
Oh,
I like Thanksgiving. I like to eat turkey, and I wanna say that Thanksgiving is like Christmas for Colombians because like people get together, family get
yeah.
together, and they have like a wonderful dinner together. Yeah, I wanna say Thanksgiving, but yeah, my favorite is Christmas. I love Christmas.
Nice. Thank you so much for being here with us. Thank you for talking about like your major, your struggles, your food experience, and how do you balance everything in your life. Is there any last words you would like to say?
Thank you for this opportunity. I think every time that someone asks me to share a few parts of me, my life, of my culture, I am happy to help and like share all of this with you guys. Thank you for having me here today. Gracias.
Well, thank you guys for listening to Global Voice. I hope to see you in the next episode.